Hello, I am T. Barry. Let's see what God has to say through the Bible about Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Offers a pragmatic, often ruthless guide to attaining and maintaining power. Each law presents a strategy for navigating the complexities of human relationships to gain an advantage. While the book's amoral stance has drawn criticism, examining these laws through the lens of biblical principles reveals a nuanced perspective. We can learn from the strategic thinking while recognizing the ethical boundaries that faith demands. This essay delves into Laws 8 through 14, exploring their dynamics through biblical stories and contemporary examples. Thanks for subscribing and liking the video. I appreciate you. Be sure to listen to the other videos on the 48 laws. This law encourages strategic maneuvering to gain the upper hand in negotiations. By drawing others into your territory, you control the situation. From a biblical perspective, this law can be seen as wise counsel to prepare and position yourself strategically. Proverbs chapter 24 verse 6 states, "For waging war, you need guidance, and for victory many advisors." However, this law could be misconstrued to justify manipulation, a practice condemned in Scripture. Proverbs chapter 12 verse 22 warns, "The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in people who are trustworthy." In the book of Esther, Esther patiently waits for the right moment to approach King Xerxes about Haman's plot. By waiting for the appropriate time and setting, she secures the king's favor and saves her people. A skilled negotiator might draw a potential business partner into a lengthy discussion of their needs and desires. This allows the negotiator to tailor their offer strategically, increasing the likelihood of a favorable outcome. Actions speak louder than words. This law emphasizes persuasion through deeds rather than empty rhetoric. The Bible values actions over mere words. James chapter 2 verse 17 states, "In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead." However, this law could be twisted to justify deceitful actions or manipulation disguised as good deeds. Jesus warned against hypocrisy in Matthew chapter 23 verse 28. "In the same way, on the outside you appear to people as righteous, but on the inside you are full of hypocrisy and wickedness." In the story of the Good Samaritan, the Samaritan's compassion is demonstrated through his actions of caring for the injured man, not through empty words. A company that consistently delivers high-quality products and excellent customer service will build a strong reputation and loyal customer base, effectively demonstrating its worth through actions. This law cautions against associating with negative individuals who can drag you down. Misery loves company, and their misfortune can become contagious. The Bible advises discernment in choosing companions. Proverbs chapter 13 verse 20 says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." However, this law could be interpreted as lacking compassion for those struggling. The Bible calls us to love our neighbors and help those in need, as stated in Matthew chapter 22 verse 39. In the Old Testament, the Israelites were commanded to separate themselves from the surrounding nations, to protect their faith and prevent the spread of idolatry. An aspiring entrepreneur might choose to distance themselves from a pessimistic friend who constantly doubts their business ideas, understanding the importance of maintaining a positive and supportive environment. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. Cultivating a sense of dependence in others ensures your indispensability. The more others rely on you, the greater your power. There is wisdom in developing valuable skills that benefit others. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 15 states, "The heart of the discerning acquires knowledge, for the ears of the wise seek it out." This law, however, can easily stray into manipulation and exploitation. The Bible condemns taking advantage of others for personal gain. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 13 commands, "Do not defraud or rob your neighbor." A biblical example of this is Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his brothers. He rises to a position of power in Egypt by interpreting Pharaoh's dreams and advising him on how to prepare for the famine. Joseph's wisdom and foresight made him indispensable to Pharaoh. In a modern context, think of a tech company that develops a revolutionary operating system upon which other companies rely. This creates a situation of dependence, securing its position in the market. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Strategic acts of honesty and generosity can lower people's guard, making them more susceptible to manipulation. Pros. The Bible encourages generosity and honesty. Proverbs 11:25 states, "A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." Cons. This law, however, advocates for deception. True generosity and honesty should never be used as a tool for manipulation. Ephesians 4:25 warns, "Therefore each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully to your neighbor, for we are all members of one body." Biblical example. In the book of Judges, Delilah uses feigned affection and curiosity to discover the source of Samson's strength, ultimately betraying him to the Philistines. Modern example. A con artist might gain a victim's trust by initially appearing helpful and generous, only to exploit that trust later for personal gain. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. This law emphasizes framing requests in a way that aligns with the other person's self-interest. Highlighting mutual benefit is more effective than appealing to altruism. Pros. There is wisdom in understanding and appealing to another person's needs or desires. Philippians 2:4 encourages us to look not only to your own interests, but also to the interests of others. Cons. However, this law can easily be misused to manipulate others by preying on their selfishness or greed. Galatians 6:2 reminds us, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." Biblical example. In the book of Nehemiah, Nehemiah successfully appeals to King Artaxerxes to grant him permission to rebuild Jerusalem's walls by highlighting the king's own best interests, the security and prosperity of his kingdom. Modern example. A non-profit organization seeking funding might tailor its proposal to highlight the tangible benefits to the donor, such as tax deductions or positive public relations, in addition to the organization's humanitarian mission. Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. This law encourages gathering information and observing others carefully to gain an advantage. By appearing non-threatening, you can uncover hidden motives and weaknesses. Pros. Discernment and wisdom are essential qualities praised in 1 Peter Proverbs 18:15 states, "The heart of the discerning acquires knowledge, for the ears of the wise seek it out." Cons. However, this law promotes hypocrisy and deceit, which are condemned in Scripture. Proverbs 26:24-26 warns, "Whoever hates disguises himself with his lips, and harbors deceit in his heart. When he speaks graciously, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Though his hatred be covered with deception, his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly." Biblical example. In the book of Joshua, Joshua sends out 2 spies to Jericho to gather intelligence before the Israelites attack. The spies, disguised as travelers, gather crucial information about the city's defenses and morale. Modern example. A company might send a representative to a trade show or conference to gather information about competitors' products, strategies, and potential weaknesses, all while maintaining a friendly and non-threatening demeanor. Conclusion: power, wisdom, and the path of righteousness. The 48 laws of power offer a compelling, if often unsettling, glimpse into the dynamics of power. While these laws provide strategic insights, their application demands careful ethical consideration. The Bible, as a source of moral guidance, reminds us that true power lies not in manipulation or control, but in righteousness, integrity, and love. As we navigate the complexities of human relationships, let us seek wisdom, act with integrity, and strive to use our influence for good. Thanks for subscribing and liking the video. I appreciate you. Be sure to listen to the other videos on the 48 laws.